Welcome to Indiana News Desk. I'm Joe Wren. An Indiana resident won't automatically get his Land Rover back, even though the nation's highest court unanimously ruled in his favor this week. The case centered around the state's civil forfeiture laws, which allow police to seize property they believe was involved in a suspected crime. They often keep the profits. Reporter Barbara Brosier has been following the story of Tyson Timms for months. Barbara, what does this ruling mean?
Well, Joe, the court's ruling says states can't impose excessive fines on people. That's what Timms argues police did to him when they took his car. When I talked to him before the court heard his case last year, he said this fight is about much more.
It's not about getting my truck back, for me. That hasn't been the case for me for a long time. For me, this is principle. They shouldn't be able to do this to people.
Tyson Timms has been fighting to get his Land Rover back for more than 5 years. Police took the $42,000 car from him in 2013 because they say he used it to transport a few $100s worth of drugs. Timms pleaded guilty to a drug offense, but then sued. He said the seizure was disproportionate to the crime. But when the case got to Indiana's highest court, it said the Constitution's excessive fines clause doesn't apply to the states. The U.S. Supreme Court disagreed in a unanimous ruling this week.
Obviously, the Supreme Court has put wind in our sails by making clear that all state and local authorities must comply with the excessive fines clause.
The Supreme Court left the question of whether Timms will get his car back up to the state. It's unclear how much longer he might have to wait.
5 years on, it would make a lot of sense just to call the whole thing off and return the truck to Tyson. But if they want to fight about it, we will take the fight to the Indiana state courts.
Attorney General Curtis Hill said in a statement, while the state argued for a different outcome, he respects the court's decision.
Now, there is some question about whether this ruling will impact state policies about civil forfeiture or if it will change how police carry those seizures out. Timms' attorney tells me he doesn't think it will actually make much of a difference unless state lawmakers change policies that allow police and prosecutors to keep some of the proceeds from seizures.
And Barbara, isn't there another case that's challenging the state's forfeiture laws?
There is. The Indiana Supreme Court heard this case last year that really challenges what happens to the money from civil forfeitures. It has yet to issue a ruling.
All right, Barbara, thank you very much.